Okay, we are here for round number 4. I'm going to keep this hand. This is nice and fair magic here. You hear that, opponent? Good, clean, fun. Nice, fair, interactive magic. Let's make it happen. Especially with this hand. Although there's a lot of combo decks that this hand would be very good against. If I can draw a third land to get history out to start a clock. Mountain can be good if it's a burn-ish deck. Would love to play Corpse Knight. Don't want it to get bolted though. Would have loved to have another Black Source to be able to follow up with a push or another Inquisition if I wanted to, but this deck, I know this deck. I know this deck. So why don't we take the bolt so that my Corpse Knight will live later. They have 2 lootings, which is not great. And obviously the finale is great, but I'll hit that with Collective Brutality later. All Mountains is interesting though. Yep. I guess they could Spirit Guide and like finale later. Or like this turn, but Spike, sure. Oh, nice. I mean, for them, not for me. Phoenix Exiled is great. Soulscar Mage, not bad because I can hit that with Brutality or push later. Do I need to take the finale right now? I might. No, I want to save the Brutality. I don't really want to not do anything. If I do Inquisition, I can't do anything else. If they draw a third land, they can Spike Bolt. And they will draw a third land. Well, with looting. They don't have a third land here. They probably want to play the Soulscar Mage. They'll probably wait on the finale, I would assume. This loses me a lot of life. Let's do this until we know we're kind of safe. I think Bitter Blossom's kind of scary. Corpse Knight Bitter Blossom's good, but I think I have more potential to lose to my own Bitter Blossom than they are to lose to my Corpse Knight Bitter Blossom. Soulscar, Swift Spear, okay. Looting, Prowess both. I'll take the 2 and Brutality next turn will do a lot of damage. Kill the Soulscar, take the finale. Do I care to gain 2 life? I guess it depends if there's something I want to discard. Maybe I just discard the other Inquisition. Or another history, yeah. So we're going to go 3 modes, creature, opponent, discard, Bitter Blossom, and Question is one history and the Corpse Knight going to be enough? Probably. I just need to live, basically. And draw a third land for history, of course. They might be empty-handed soon, but I guess if they're empty-handed, it's just not terrible. Yeah, I was worried about this, but I had to make it happen. Oh, they targeted me, eh? Let's see. I think I'd rather have the blocker. I don't know why I didn't target the Corpse Knight. It would have made it a 1/1 with the Soulscar Mage. Any spell, I lose my guy if they attack. I guess it lets them use Light Up the Stage, so no, I'm just not. Because they're going to get through damage guaranteed next turn and then Light Up the Stage. Yeah, so now they drew a land. We'll cast Light Up. Still can't block, but Mountain Reveler. Yikes. Well, this is why the Inquisition was probably bad. I mean, I'm not going to be blocking, realistically. You're going to draw a spell. Reveler cost, what, 2 right now? Mountain. Reveler. Yep. Draw 3, my friend. Draw your 3. Okay. No blocks. I'm going to Fatal Push either way, whether or not they cast anything. Yikes. It's a lot of damage. This is a matchup where Kaya's Guile is probably really good. Because all the modes are relevant. Sack a creature, gain 4, exile the graveyard. Path is helpful here. Hopefully taking their only spell is also helpful. Hopefully they can't prowess. Gut shot. Oh. I'm glad at least they had to do it on my turn instead of theirs. Alright, if they don't draw pretty much anything for a while, then I think we're still alive here. Sadly, that is highly unlikely, especially with 2 Faithless Lootings in the graveyard. Yep. We are dead. Okay. So, certainly want Auriok Champions. We want Winds of Abandon. We probably want all these. We want Rest in Peace. Sphere's an option. Zealous is not good enough. Gift hits only Reveler. Thoughtseize hits Reveler, but it's overall not great. Trim of Bitter Blossom per usual. Paths for Phoenix, pushes for the 1-drops. Maybe Winds is not as good as it. No, it's got to be great. Phoenix and Revelers. Soren's probably good. Gideon's too slow. Corpse Knight's probably too slow. Rest in Peace just shuts down so much of their cards. Extirpate's probably too slow. This Soren, I don't want it to have too many 4-drops. I could just cut the Bitter Blossoms. Leaves me with Lingering Souls History for Virtue and a ton of interaction. Maybe Surgical is just not good. Yeah, it's Bitter Blossom with like Auriok Champion and Soren is really good. I think I need the Surgicals. Let's try no Bitter Blossom. 3 Virtues is about right. Like, you want the Virtues for the Vigilance. Well, maybe not. Let's try that. See how we do. Yeah, this is good. It's probably potentially really good, actually. Would have loved a 1-mana interaction, but we can go Corpse Knight, Brutality, Soren. I'm gonna just do this. I could do Brutality right now, but I think I just want to go Corpse Knight into history and call it. See if we can just race him. I might be able to race him actually if I go Soren the following turn. They're going to have to point a lot of spells at my creatures. Could go Souls or I could go History. Or Brutality. No, let's see if I think I can just... Gut Shot would be bad now, but... If I double block, Gut Shot, or any burn spell kills, yeah. Probably should have attacked first. What does next turn look like? I think I need to start getting in there. Say if I draw land, I can Brutality, discard Souls, couple modes. But I could also just Soren plus. It's probably better. Okay. And this is tough. They could do a ton of damage right now, but I might be able to make it up next turn if I have Sorin. If not, if I don't draw land, I'm kind of hoping for like a path, basically. So I can go Brutality path. So if they have a bolt, they put me down to 12, attack for 9. Yeah, I mean, if I block, I'm not winning. A braid, okay. Virtue's good, but not good enough. I draw land. I think Brutality is going to have to be... It's got to be all 3. And I'm going to discard Virtue, Corpse Knight at this point. What's worse? Looting gives them more stuff, but Bolt's like a real card, so let's just do that. And then next turn... Yeah, I don't want them to Bolt a Knight. Next turn, if I draw land, Sorin gains me 10 life if they don't draw a burn spell for a creature. And if I don't draw land, I'll just Lingering Souls. Okay. The Braid's very real. Makes my Sorin worse next turn, but so be it. Land? Ooh, I think it's worth it, right? 2, gain 5, go to 7. Or just being at 4 seems really precarious. And then I also have a 3/2 lifelink blocker. And they have to try to attack Sorin. Obviously, I know they don't have a burn spell in their hand, which is why I'm okay going to 2. But then they probably can't kill Sorin. And if they do, they've used a lot of resources and gotten lucky on their Faithless Looting and then used the resources. But yeah, then I'll have a Lingering Souls in hand and an active Sorin. And hell, if I draw another land, I can Souls and Flashback Souls and then plus Sorin. Then we're in pretty good shape. So if they bolt my knight, they kill Sorin. But they wouldn't kill me. I would go to 1, which is obviously very risky. Or really risky for me. And if they bolt me, then I block and gain 3, so it doesn't do anything. Okay, another looting. Just for the prowess trigger, sure. Oh, Phoenix? Is that Oh, it's only 2 spells, thank goodness. Phoenix could have been really bad. Ooh, do I go to 1? So I go to 1 and then just gain 3 life back next turn, or I go up to 4, or I block now and I stay at 7. So I go to 4 or 7 and then I keep a knight. This might be super greedy. It means I'm dead to 2 burn spells, but oh, this is good. This is very good. Right? Is this correct? Yeah, I think this is correct because I still get to cast the Lingering Souls, and I would only get to cast 1/2 of it this turn anyway. Okay. Going to 6 is better, but I still dead to 2 burn spells. Okay. So it only took a sword and 2 collected brutalities, but I did get there. May want that extra bait for phoenixes. Thoughtseize for Reveler seems medium. I don't want 3 Bitter Blossoms. I could do 2. Yeah, I think trimming a Thoughtseize is fine. Two Virtues, 2 Blossom. Virtues kind of doesn't do much if I don't have creatures out. Doesn't do much with Corpse Knight. That is what I like about Corpse Knight actually here, and like in these matchups, like the burn matchup, is that it's kind of like a virtue in that it's you're dealing damage to the opponent without committing to attacking, but like you still get a 2/2 body that could block if you needed to. I think this is fine. I'm really only extirpating phoenixes. I don't think I want to, and like maybe faithless suitings. I don't think I'm trying to extirpate like burn spells, so surgical is just fine for that. There's that. Deal against Eldrazi, right? It's a good hand. So I don't think they have any way of dealing with champion. Could path an early threat and just try to wait and draw another white source. God, but if I don't, it's so bad. If this was a concealed courtyard, it'd be a lot better because I could Inquisition also. I think I need a mulligan. Well, this is worse. Yikes. This is also worse. Crap. Should have kept. Should have kept. Super punished here. What am I putting on the bottom? Bitter Blossom. So like the way I win is just draw any land and go like Virtue, Souls, Souls. It's so bad. I should have kept the land. The last hand, the first hand. Ah, it's brutal. The brutal mulligan. No, paths. Buys me some time at least. As much as I don't want to use it on a Swiftspear this early and just ramp them. We'll see what they do. If it's just one, I'll let it fly, yeah. That seems bad. If I don't draw land, I'm going to cast Virtue anyway, which is why I wanted Path now, as much as I don't want to give him a land, because if I hadn't drawn a land, well, now that I did draw land, I know I can cast Souls on 3, but even if I didn't draw land and didn't know that, I'm trying to like hope to cast Souls on 3 anyway, so I want to play the Virtue. And then I'm trying to cast another Souls after that, so... Don't discard Phoenixes, please. One Phoenix, bummer. Upbraid their own Swiftspear. Get back your Phoenix. That'd be a sweet play. Is that what they're thinking about? Oh, is this Finale? No, Metamorphose. That's pretty bad too, though. Now that Phoenix back in, they could do something potentially. Had they not? Oh yeah, I gave him a land with a path. Yep. Okay, take it. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, that's brutal. That was lucky for me, I meant. Holy mackerel. Yeah. Now I have a much better chance. I mean, obviously I was still in this because I'm playing tons of 2/2 flying vigilance creatures, but I was going to do that being at 10 instead of 18. They were attacking me for 8 last turn. Gonna block a Phoenix. I don't really want to get blown out by a 1 mana spell. If I double block, and they just bolted a Spirit Token. Sadly, I can't Field of Ruin any of their lands. I don't think. Yeah. Oh, there's the Vigilance. So any swamp or black source would be spectacular. So go history, flashback souls, attack for a ton. Bolting me or a spirit? Bolting me, interesting. Oh, gross. Oh, that's really good. Ugh. Alright, now I really need a black source. That's brutal. That's so brutal. Okay, could easily be dead right now. We'll see. And it should be dead if they had not skipped that attack step. Am I dead? Not quite. Need a black source. Or a path. All the above. Path is real. I'm like kind of sort of alive. Not really. If they can cast 3 spells and get back Phoenix, then I'm dead. Faithless Looting is how you start that train. That is correct. Also, their Swift Spears are just going to be bigger than my Knight, so I'm going to have to chump block. Another Phoenix? Okay. I'm dead. Oh, well, that's a much easier way of doing it. Oh, well. That's a bummer. Well, let's see if we can win the round 5 and salvage a 3-2 record here. Although I'm still counting that Eldrazi game as a win. So, all right, we'll be back for round 5.